Have you ever thought about taking your own life?
Yes. The sergeants found a noose in my closet that I was ready to use.
Have you ever thought about ending things?
No.
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 I have, for sure.
Yes.
Is that something you feel comfortable sharing?
Yes. I have been in really, really rough water, and the thought was this is a way out of it.
There's been moments where I've definitely felt the pressure of life.
I feel like I was not meeting expectations of my parents, so I just obviously was feeling like a failure, and that my life was also just going to be a constant failure.
You ask yourself, why, do I deserve this?
Suppressing all your emotions deep down where nobody can find them.
There are no problems, there's just weakness.
I often feel like I am always like swimming, and sometimes I just get so tired of like stroking the water to keep my head above.
Have you ever considered committing suicide?
I have attempted twice, but it's something I'm very open with talking about, because I think if we want to normalize mental health, that means we have to have the uncomfortable conversations about it.
I think we all hit low moments in our lives that make us think about where we're at. You have to talk about it with somebody and be honest about it. There's nothing wrong with having those thoughts or feelings. It's very normal.
I think guys are taught to just kind of tough it out.
To be a man, you gotta be strong.
Be the main rock for the family.
Suck it up.
Being a man, you just couldn't show your feelings was really one of the biggest things that got me growing up, yeah.
I would fall and bruise my knee, and I would be like, ow! My dad would slap me or kick me and be like, what are you doing? Just be strong.
Have you ever considered committing suicide?
No.
It's good.
Yeah, nope, haven't.
No.
Personally, I have never.
That hits deep because my dad committed suicide, you know what I mean, when I was 10 years old. And I seen the pain that inflicted on my family. I wouldn't want to do that to my family.
I created a very strange rule around the fact that now I can't ever do it. Since my uncle took that slot of suicide, I can't now be another person in the family to just do that when I have clear evidence of how it affects everyone.
Have you ever considered committing suicide?
Yeah.
Yeah, multiple times.
I think all queer people have contemplated that. Probably as a, like 14, 15?
Yeah, I had a pretty rough adolescence. In my case, growing up homeschooled and fundamentalist Christian in a environment when I, didn't yet know I was queer, and that was a pretty tough environment for me.
A gay kid coming into my own, not really knowing how to handle that. Lots of depressive and suicidal thoughts.
I have not.
No.
I'm fortunate to say that I really haven't.
No.
I have, and I come from a very typical Asian household who's like Asian tiger mob who's really high expectations. I was pretty sad at the time.
Have you ever thought about ending things?
Yeah.
I have not.
No, I have never considered it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've known people that have, quite a few people that have done it. I'm getting kind of numb to it, which is totally sad.
There have been times where I felt really in a hole, Just thoughts of being on a crosswalk and being I wouldn't mind if a car hit me.
I have not, no.
No, I haven't.
Yes.
Once.
I think I was in middle school.
I was bullied in school. High school, I was dealing with some depression that never really was treated.
It was during the pandemic. I was depressed.
Living alone for the first time. I was working multiple jobs. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was stressed about everything about life. And I was way too afraid to share that struggle with anybody.
Yes. Do you feel comfortable talking about that?
Yeah, I think it's good that we do talk about it nowadays until we start getting honest and realizing just because I have these thoughts or I've acted on them doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me a sad person or a sick person. It just means I went through some shit, and I'm okay with that, and I'm okay talking about it.
Hey, we want to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring this video.
Take one.
No matter who you are, where you're from, or what you look like, everyone struggles with mental health. It's not a sign of weakness. In fact, it takes courage to acknowledge when you need help and to do something about it. BetterHelp is on a mission to make starting therapy easier. Therapy is a safe space to share whatever's on your mind. Therapist is there to listen, ask questions, and help you see things from new perspectives. With BetterHelp, they'll match you up with a licensed therapist to help you get the most out of your therapy journey. And if the therapist isn't a good fit, you can easily switch to another until you find a match that works. Good?
If you're struggling and think you'd benefit from a therapy session, click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/cut and get 10% off your first month of therapy.
Have you ever considered committing suicide?
Yes, struggled with those kinds of thoughts, honestly, all the way until I came out as trans.
I grew up Mormon, so I didn't really have anything to like showcase that like trans is an option. I just knew that I hated pink and I hated dresses and I would do anything to get them muddy and dirty, but there was just something that didn't feel right. So for a long time, I felt very uncomfortable in my body and just wanted to be out of it.
Have you ever considered taking your own life?
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely thought about it.
No. I think life is too valuable.
Yes. There was at one point where I just wanted to give up.
I've had a complicated road with depression and suicide.
As a kid, dealt with a lot of childhood trauma, depression, and I wasn't comfortable letting my friends know all of my problems.
I just wanted to get away from it. To my mind, that was the easiest way out. It was me letting go and being able to finally let go and release all these emotions. It was a beautiful gift I could give myself to cry throughout and to not worry about what other people thought, but it was more so I finally was taking care of me.
Sometimes you gotta just kind of work through it and have those emotions come out.
I definitely should cry more.
I don't like crying because it makes me feel weak. It makes me feel less of a man.
I feel like it's very common analogy is like shaking up a can of soda and you release all the pressure and it's like, it'll be fine.
Have you ever thought about taking your own life?
Yeah, probably multiple times.
At one time I took a lot of pills, hoping that I died.
One of my closest friends, she just broke up with her boyfriend and she couldn't find a job. And then she jumped out of the building. Once I learned that, I was also very sad. I was thinking about maybe I should go with her together because why didn't she tell me about all this?
Have you ever considered suicide?
Both considered it and tried it. I was 12 years old and I just felt like this urge, I just didn't want to be here anymore.
What advice do you have for people who are having those thoughts?
Reach out. Please reach out for help. Honestly, it's the hardest step that you're probably gonna take is asking someone for help, no matter who it is.
I am, here to tell you that that is something you could absolutely get past.
I've experienced it. I'm proof that it gets better.
Never give up on yourself because you would be surprised how quick things will change.
Nowadays, I'm more accepting of when people are offering help, that I'm actually willing to take people up on it and just say, hey, I'm going through a rough time, can I talk?
Just talk, be open, listen is a big one.
Talk about emotions, feelings. Talk about things that we don't want to.
A big thing was therapy for me.
I've used therapy personally. It's been very effective. I still sometimes seek treatment if I need it.
I know that I reached out to my best friend the night before I had attempted, and she was the one who reached out to my family and be like, hey, this is not good, you should do that, and I'm very grateful for her for that. So
I think things like this, like what we're doing now and bringing voice to it, is really important and can help a lot of people, but I don't believe that anybody is better off dead.
That's not going to be what my story is. I'm not going to allow that to be how whatever this is, wraps up.
Life gets absolutely better with time, and it's okay to feel, and it's okay to heal, and we're all loved. We're all loved. And I hope you all can love the reflection that's looking at you right now, because I know you're beautiful.